Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
A dispute between co-workers leaves one man dead and a Redford school closed today, and now police upping its investigation. We're going to start right there at noon, everybody. I'm Jason Colthorpe.
And I'm Rhonda Walker. An argument between janitors at Redford Union High School ended with one person dead and another in custody.
Redford Township Police say there is no ongoing danger to the public. Let's get to Priya Mann, who is live on this story. And were any students around when this happened, Priya?
Jason, Rhonda, good afternoon. Police say that Redford Union High School had been dismissed for the day and that there were no students in the area when that janitor was assaulted. Take a look at what we shot just moments ago. Redford Township Police saying they were called to the high school around 5:30 Thursday evening about a victim who'd been seriously injured in an assault. And when they got here, a 42-year-old Detroit resident was arrested without incident. The victim was an adult man and he was rushed to the hospital, but later died from his injuries. Both the victim and suspect were custodial staff members for a third-party company. I did reach out to the district, and in a statement, Redford Union School says, while we cannot provide many details about this as it's an active law enforcement investigation, we are taking this matter very seriously. At no time were any students or district staff members involved or in danger as a result of this incident. Now, police won't yet comment on how the victim was killed, but again, they're saying there's no ongoing danger to the community. Reporting live in Redford, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
All right, Priya, thank you. We will continue to keep you updated as we learn more ahead on our next newscast at 5. State troopers are investigating a deadly motorcycle crash that happened in Frenchtown Township.
This accident was between a Harley and a Ford Explorer around 7:30 Thursday night near North Monroe Street and Washington Boulevard. Troopers found the 52-year-old man who was on the bike severely injured. He would die at the hospital. The other driver wasn't hurt. Police are still investigating who was at fault here. Oakland County Animal Control reminding dog owners to have pets vaccinated to prevent the spread of rabies. A dog found wandering in Detroit was taken to a vet hospital in Farmington Hills where it tested positive. Vaccines for dogs are free Tuesday mornings at the Oakland County Animal Shelter and Pet Adoption Center with the purchase of a dog license. Rabies is extremely deadly when it comes to humans, with a 99% mortality rate if it isn't treated immediately.
Turning now to the frustration from parents and community members during the question and answer session about the independent investigation into the Oxford school shooting. It was held on Thursday. The report from Guidepost Solutions was over 500 pages, finding the school district did not do enough to prevent the shooting. Many who attended this meeting asking for more details and expressing frustration with the apparent failures, including how the shooter's mental health was addressed. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is back in Israel again this morning, his third trip to the country since the war started.
Back in Washington, the House passed a funding package for Israel, but not Ukraine. Senate Democrats and some Republicans say the bill is dead in the water in their chamber. Chris Pallone with the latest from Washington.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken arrives in Israel amidst a pivotal moment in that country's war against Hamas outside Gaza City. Landing in Israel for the third time since the war began, Secretary of State Antony Blinken is urging Israel's leaders to minimize the toll of war on those caught in the crossfire. He discussed his agenda before leaving Washington.
The United States, Israel, other democracies have a responsibility to do everything possible to protect civilians who may be caught in harm's way.
Blinken will push Israel's leaders for more pauses in the fighting to get hostages out of Gaza and humanitarian aid in. As fighting continues in the north, the Israeli military says it has surrounded Gaza City and is engaged in face-to-face combat with Hamas. In the south, foreigners and severely injured Palestinians were allowed to cross into Egypt for a second straight day.
We got out today 74 American folks.
An American aid worker among those who made it out.
Even in South Gaza, we heard bombing all the time. We saw missiles from Hamas going overhead. It was not a safe refuge for people coming from the north.
The bill is passed.
On Capitol Hill, a dozen Democrats joined Republicans to pass a bill with aid for Israel paired with corresponding budget cuts for the IRS.
I support the bill because I believe Israel needs to see people on both sides supporting them in their time of need, even though Republicans are playing full politics.
The White House, Senate Democrats, and even some Senate Republicans are opposed to passing a foreign aid bill that doesn't include more funding to support Ukraine in its war with Russia.
The president would veto an only Israel bill. I think that we've made that clear.
The bill is not expected to pass in the Senate. Now that Israel-only aid package has passed the House, Speaker Mike Johnson is expected to introduce a bill that would provide foreign aid to Ukraine, but that money is expected to be tied to higher funding to increase border security here in the U.S. In Washington, Chris Pallone, NBC News.
Chris, the U.S. economy added 150,000 jobs last month. That was actually below expectations, but still a solid month of employment growth. October's job growth came in below September's stronger than expected total of 297,000 jobs. The unemployment rate rose a 1/10 of a percentage point last month to 3.9%. The resiliency of the labor market has helped to keep consumer spending strong and the economy churning. However, the Federal Reserve is hoping for more of a slowdown in order to help rein in inflation. How about a look at Campus Martius this noon? It always looks nice. What you can't see there, well, maybe you could if you look at the trees, which are gorgeously turning fall colors, but it's breezy out there. And if you find yourself downtown there, you make the wrong turn there, catch one of those corners, and whoosh, that breeze will get you.
But you can see right now, just to the right of the rink, there's a truck and then there's a tree. And they're getting ready to hoist that Christmas tree
Is that what we're focusing
on top of the ice rink. I mean, on top of the fountain there in Campus Martius Park. They're getting everything ready for the holidays. It is a 64-foot Michigan-grown Norway spruce. It's the official Christmas tree here in downtown Detroit. It comes from growers in Kingsley, which is right outside of Traverse City. The official tree lighting is taking place 2 weeks from today.
Bam, we are already there.
Bam, the holidays are almost here.
You were right. That does feel much more important than the wind today.
Yes,
the
but
big
it does
tree.
make it difficult for them to hoist that up there.
Yeah, you don't think about that. All of a sudden, tough to land that baby, Ashley, when you got some crosswinds.
Right, but when you were talking about taking the corner, you could not be speaking from experience today because there is not a hair out of place, Mr. Colthorpe. If you step outside.
The team just left and they had to redo it 3 times.
Okay. It was a major undertaking to get this. You don't just throw that together.
Yeah, it's a team of 4.
Isn't that the truth? All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Campus Martius once again. So yeah, the tree getting ready to go up today, but it will be breezy, making it a little difficult for those folks. 52 already in Detroit, Ann Arbor 50, Port Huron 54, Adrian 50, and we have southwesterly winds sustained between 10 to 20 miles per hour. Just about a half hour ago, I was checking the wind speeds in Detroit, and it was at 20 miles per hour. So they're fluctuating a little bit, but they could gust upward of 30. Temperature change, at least 10 degrees warmer at Metro Airport, 12 degrees warmer up in Lapeer. So we're starting that gradual climb upwards. We could possibly be in the 60s by early next week, and a big change from the Halloween snow we were dealing with just a couple days ago. So the wind gusts right now peaking in the 20s in a lot of locations, but we're not to the gustiest point of the day. That'll be closer to about 3 or 4 o'clock. Some rain showers draping the northern part of lower Michigan. We steer clear of it, just staying warmer, windy, and cloudy this afternoon. But of course, we do have some rain coming up in the forecast that you can track on radar as well, or get the hour-by-hour update to your forecast any day this week on our Forewarn weather app.